Good afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Derry, here to talk about our next winter storm. It has been an active December so far, and that looks to continue over the next few days at least. Our weather impact alert runs from now until noon on Wednesday. We are looking at a combination of cards around the Twin Cities, including heavy snow that could transition to a wintry mix, maybe briefly rain for a short time before cooling down back over to more snow overnight tonight. Regardless of the precip type, we do need to use caution on the roadways because once the snow begins, it's not going to take long before the snow completely covers the roads. We're already seeing that across parts of central and western Minnesota, and roads are going to deteriorate rather quickly as we head into the tail end of the day today. So just be ready for that as we head into the evening commute. Now, the best chance at those bigger numbers, that plowable amount of snow, half a foot or better, that's mainly across central Minnesota and into northwestern Wisconsin. Places like Brainerd, the Lake Mille Lacs area, Hinckley, maybe down towards Pine City and further east towards the Siren Spooner area. That's the main axis of heavy snow. It's areas along and south of I-94. That's where a wintry mix is going to cut into our snowfall totals. So there will be a larger range in snowfall totals along I-94 and especially southwestern Minnesota, where we're probably going to mix in some freezing rain as well. Regardless, difficult travel is expected for the afternoon and evening. And as we head into the overnight hours, as temperatures fall, anything that's wet will likely freeze up for Wednesday's morning commute. So icy, crusty conditions are expected as we head into tomorrow morning. Wide range of winter weather headlines across the region. I'll back up so you can see it better. Notice areas in pink. That's the brunt of the system. That's where we have our winter storm warning. 4 to 7 inches of snowfall expected there. Areas in purple, that does include areas just south of I-94. That's a winter weather advisory. 2 to 6 inches expected. And the area in the deeper blue shaded color, that's in southwestern Minnesota, still a winter storm watch. There is still a question as to not only how much snow is going to fall, but the consistency of the snow. And that's important because we're not expecting big time snowfall in this area. However, with the winds picking up this afternoon and evening, potentially up to 50 miles per hour, ground blizzard conditions are possible over the Minnesota River Valley this evening. So that could create whiteout conditions even if you only get an inch of snow. 50-mile-per-hour winds and just a little bit of snow could potentially create those blizzard-like conditions. So that's a winter storm watch for now. Our surface low is still over North Dakota, still expected to track right through central Minnesota, and the heaviest band of snow is falling along and northeast of that main surface low. So zooming in a little closer, you can see the snow is just now pushing into the western Twin Cities suburbs. Snow-covered roads from St. Cloud towards the Sauk Center and the Alexandria area as well. And notice then to southwestern Minnesota, the pink shaded area, that's where we could be looking at a wintry mix, if not some freezing rain that could also create some slippery road conditions as well. This is the area of highest uncertainty. It's kind of that, we're going to continue to use that landmark, I-94, because it's here where there's probably going to be a sharp contrast between who gets a couple of inches of snow on the south end of that and who gets a half a foot or more on the north end of that. And again, that gradient is right over the Twin Cities metro. So basically what that means, areas from Eden Prairie and the southwest metro, probably just a couple of inches, but areas up towards Blaine, the Lino area, Maplewood, those areas have a better chance of seeing those higher numbers of snowfall. We have high confidence in the timing of this event. Do expect snowy conditions through the evening commute. The most snow is going to fall probably between about 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock this evening. And during that window, that 6-hour time frame, we'll see how much snowfall we can pick up. This is Microcast. It's going to show us that transition, or where we could see that transition from snow into rain. This is 5 p.m. Notice areas in central Minnesota, it's all snow. That's where the higher numbers are going to be. There's that transition you can see there by 5 p.m. It's from the Glenwood area towards South Metro and into the southeastern part of the state, and maybe just straight up rain showers across southwestern Minnesota. This is 8 p.m. We might get a bit of a lull around the Twin Cities and further south where we see some drier conditions move in briefly. As we head beyond midnight, the colder air wraps around the backside of the system, and we see that transition back over to all snow. Snow mostly done by Wednesday morning, but again with refreezing expected, that's where some icy conditions are possible. So we're still going with that 2 to 6 inches around the Twin Cities. Deeper blue shaded area, that 5 to 7 is expected from say the Pequot Lakes area, Brainerd, down towards Pine City, maybe the Menominee area and Eau Claire. That's where a half a foot is a little bit more likely with that sharp contrast right along that I-94 corridor with less snowfall in southwestern Minnesota. Let's talk more about those ground blizzard conditions. These are forecast wind gusts by 10 p.m. tonight. Notice Mankato, Wilmer, Marshall, Jackson could all see wind gusts approaching 50 miles per hour. Not that strong a wind around the Twin Cities, but still pretty gusty as we head into tomorrow morning, with the wind gradually subsiding as we head into the day on Wednesday. And that will pull in some seriously cold conditions, especially later this week. We're comfortably warm near the freezing mark today, 20s for highs on Wednesday, and notice teens Thursday, single digits on Friday, and some of us might stay below zero all Saturday long. So that is some brutally cold air by any time of year, but when it's happening before mid-December, kind of catches your eye. So bottom line, bad road conditions this afternoon into the evening. We should see things slowly improve through the day on Wednesday, but plan on icy conditions early Wednesday. Maybe some light snow showers later Thursday, but not a huge deal from that. And then it's just about the Arctic cold from Friday through the upcoming weekend.